Hello everyone, and welcome to the first Python tutorial video. Now that you have watched my previous video on how to download and install it, I assume that you now have Python and know how to open a new project. If not, then the link to it will be in the description. Well, why don't we begin? First things first, let's write down the classic line. This function here, it prints whatever type in here onto the console. So let's hit F5 and see what it does. As you can see, it prints hello world. You can also put numbers into here if you want to. See, it prints 5. Now, the cool thing with numbers is you can also do math problems in the print function itself. So if you do 5 plus 5, it should print 10. Which it does. Now, one thing you need to understand in programming is that there are different file types, or data types I should say. You have string, integer, float, and boolean. And integer, let me write it, hash. But if you type in a hash, you can write notes down. The interpreter does not read this as actual code, it skips it completely, so if you're sharing your code line, it makes it easier for the computer to read it. So, an integer, an example could be a number, 12, 123. Now a float is similar to an integer, but it can be decimal. An integer cannot be decimal, it has to be a full number, an integer. A float can be 2.5 or 0.5 or 100.0 even. That's still a float. Another data type that you have is string. A string is a string of text. So that can be hello world. That is a string. It has to be in either speech marks or apostrophes. Otherwise, it will not count it as a string. And the final data type that we have is called a boolean. A boolean can either be true or false. It's a binary data type. Now that we know different data types, we can start creating variables. So let's give a name for a variable, a, which will be a string, so hello world. That could be a string. So a is a string called hello world, or it is called a, but the data that it holds is this string here. Another data type you can put in is an integer, so b will be 5. Now with variables, you can plug them into any way you want, and it will hold the value of what it holds. So if you put print again and do b, it will print 5, because the interpreter reads b as the integer 5 because we set b to have that data, that information. And if you do b plus b, ultimately it will be 5 plus 5, which is what we get 10. And this works for any data type. So if you do a, this will be hello world. But one thing that you can't do is mix the two in one function. So a plus b is read as hello world plus 5. But how can you add a number to a text? Exactly, you can't. And this is why you get a syntax error. One way you can fix this is by turning the integer into a string. You can't do it the other way around though. You can't turn text into numbers without doing some ASCII things, which is not relevant at this moment. The way we do this is put the abbreviation for string, and in the brackets we put the integer we desire to convert. So now that reads hello world plus 5 as text, so the 5 turns into the text 5, not the number 5. So we should get hello world and a 5 at the end, which we do. Now there are many operators in Python. Well, let's start with a simple one. We have plus, minus, division, and times. You all must be used to seeing plus and minus, but in Python we don't have a division symbol or a time symbol really. So you have to use these characters instead. So a slash is a division and a asterisk is a times. So if we have A equals 5 and B equals 25, A times B should equals 125, which it does. And if you plus, that should equal 30. And so on, you get it. Now there is one more way of getting data into variables. You can also put an input from the user himself. So this variable will be called A and will equal an input. And we can type here, please enter your name. And when we get to 5, it will ask us for the name. So my name could be John. And it shouldn't do that, but we haven't finished it yet. And we can make a print our name back. Please enter your name, Sven, and it prints it back. Now the challenge for you is make a program that's going to ask for your name and age, and then prints back saying, hello, your name, you are this many years old. I'll be back. And if you're done, you should have something along the lines of this. So what my code does, it gives a variable name, it asks for it asks for your age, then it prints hello, plus the name variable, plus you are, plus the age variable you gave, and years old. And if we check it, it should work. So my name could be Ethan, and I am 67. And I'll say, hello Ethan, you are 67 years old. Now, you might be wondering, what in the hell is this /n? Well, all it does, it basically goes onto a new line after it asks for the variable. So if that wasn't here, I have to put the input on the right side. And to be honest, it just looks messy. So if you put a /n, you have to enter the variable underneath the line, which makes it a lot neater. And the thing with strings, you can add them together, not mathematically, but you can string them together, as you can see. So all of this strings together into one string and prints it. Hence why you get the outcome in the end. Well, that is it for today's videos, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like, subscribe if you want more tutorials. And one thing I need to tell you, when learning programming, the best way to learn it is to learn yourself and not watch tutorials. Look up problems on the internet and try to solve them. So that's the best way, I think. So anyway, thank you for watching, and goodbye.